I am right now in the midst of a beautiful and serene marshland and nature trails. This area is an amazing story of land reclamation and how an old landfill has been reclaimed and converted into this beautiful natural habitat where more than 2,000 different species of bird calls home either permanently or temporarily. And all of this is happening just 10 minutes away from Manhattan. No, this is not Central Park, this is not the High Line, this is the Dekorte Park in New Jersey. Let's go and explore this amazing natural oasis. Now it says that is a turtle crossing. The question is, do the turtles know? So I am right now on a trail, and this is called the Marsh Discovery Trail. The interesting thing about this trail is this was built on an old creek, an old tributary of the Hackensack River. So the tributary was dredged because of mosquitoes and insects and had a landfill, and then this boardwalk was built on top of that landfill, which gives us access to the inside of the marsh. This area was previously inaccessible by foot. This particular boardwalk sort of brings you to the inner workings of the marshland, where you hopefully I can see some of those birds and fishes and some of the other small animals which sort of lives in these marshes or make them the temporary abode. So let's see what I can find. So far, the only thing I have seen on the marsh trail are these reed grasses, which apparently can get very aggressive and can sort of even break asphalt. But other than that, I haven't seen any birds. I saw some fishes in those shallow waters, but they did what they do, which is run away. This is the Atlantic Flyway rest stop. Okay, so this is like floating. So this is floating on the water, and there are all these small slits. So we saw that little birdie out there. I hope that was not a duck. That looked more interesting than just a regular duck. But yeah, this is like a cool little spot to check out those birds. Well, there's one more of those floating observation decks, but this one is closed. I don't know why. There's a lot of graffiti over here. Maybe something unsavory happened. It says crime does pay. Well, we came here for wildlife. We found ourselves some mystery. So I am pretty much done with the trail. I have not seen a whole lot, but my luck with wildlife is really bad. I mean, even when I go to the zoo, most of the animals seems to be either sleeping or they have just gone to the vet. So yeah, what did I expect? But I saw some ducks, a little bit of fish, a couple of United flights. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna remember the wildlife's by. I just came through that Marsh Discovery Trail over there. I spent maybe like 45 minutes. It was a really pleasant, beautiful walk. But I may have only seen two people on the way, and one of them was smoking joints. So maybe a popular place to do those, but that is not allowed. So don't do that. But other than that, very pleasant, very serene, right in the nature. Absolute bliss of a day to sort of, run away from everything. The 95's noise kind of takes away from some of the serenity, but other than that, it's amazing. Let's go. So this water body which you see right behind me, this is the Hackensack River. This is a relatively small, a 45-mile river which originates from New York State, not too far from here, and then it empties itself in the Newark Basin. This river, the interesting thing is there is a dam called the Oradell Dam, not too far from here, which kind of divides the river into two complete different ecosystems. The top half of the dam, so from the origin to the dam, that's a freshwater system, but down below over here, this water becomes more of an estuary, a brackish water, and this is a lot more stagnant water, which eventually creates this marshland ecosystem. So after the marsh discovery trail, that leads me to this other trail. I don't know what discovery trail this is. I see it's nice, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but this is probably a I-95 discovery trail because this brings me right to the I-95. Yeah, that's a little weird though, isn't it? Let me see, does it actually allow me to go up the 95? I hope not. So I seem to have found over here, this looks like a dam of some sort. Obviously we cannot go in, but this looks like, yeah, this looks like a small dam on the Hackensack River. Now that right there is the I-95. This trail sort of keeps going in parallel to I-95. Thank God there is a pretty big sort of divider between here and the 95. You cannot go there. Do not enter. Swift current at tidal change. Oh, this is the, okay. So there is the water body right over there actually. Okay, so yeah. But I'm gonna call this, till I find the official name, the I-95 Discovery Trail. So this whole area was a marshland. So during the heydays of the early boom of New York City and New Jersey, they could not build anything here. That's why they converted this area into a landfill. They would dump all the waste from New York City and eventually also from New Jersey municipalities over here, and which basically made this a dumping ground. From 1901, the water company started building a whole bunch of dams over here, which changed and altered the course of the Hackensack River drastically. A bunch of land reclamation projects started for creating the highways, for creating a bunch of industrial buildings and warehouses, which again had a severe impact on the nature surrounding it. By early 1920s, 1930s, there were a whole bunch of pig farms, so horrible odor, natural habitat almost lost, and Richard Dekorte came. He was a New Jersey statesman who was really passionate about converting this land to its natural glory. He unfortunately died an untimely death, but in the year 1988, the Dekorte Park opened in honor of his name, and it has been converted and given back to the nature as it was hundreds of thousands of years back. So I said they have restored this place back to as nature was hundreds of thousands of years back, but that's with a little bit of modifications. The I-95 goes right here. There seems to be a gas pipeline which is dug right below it, and there is a power transmission line over there and a few other dams and stuff like that. So yeah, this is, I think, society, modern society meets nature. Now I did mention that we are a stone's throw distance, maybe like 10 minutes away from Manhattan, but that's only if you are taking your helicopter in. Otherwise, if you are taking the public transport, you are more like 30 minutes in. But you may be coming here very close by to the American Dream Mall, and then this can be a very quick pit stop on the way back to New York or on the way to the mall. Okay, I have found the official name of my I-95 trail. It's called the Lyndhurst Nature Reserve Transco Trail. To be honest, I like the I-95 Discovery Trail a lot more. So inside the Dekorte Park, I just found the world's smallest fountain in the biggest possible bowl. This section I'm standing on right now, this is a small island. It is called the Lyndhurst Nature Reserve. This is only 3.5 acres, but this whole thing was created by landfills, by waste dumping between 1969 and 1971, and the then mayor had to go up to the court to do cease and desist letter, essentially, to stop dumping all the wasteland over here. But today, under this commission, under this Dekorte Park, this has been converted to this beautiful natural preserve. Okay, I have found myself an egret and I don't have any more regrets. I have always wanted to say that. Thank God I found that egret. So this imposing gate is the entrance to the Sawmill Creek Trail. Now this trail was created based on a dike which PSE&G had created, which is the power and energy company out in New Jersey, out in this part of New Jersey. They created back in early 1900s, but by 1920s, 1930s, that has gone into a really bad shape. And then when NGSEA, the commission, took over this place, they dumped in a lot of rocks, elevated this whole road by around 2.5 feet of the water. And today, this is an amazing opportunity and a very unique trail, I would say, because there is like water on both sides and there's a power transmission line over you, and you are just sort of walking on water, I guess. So yeah, we are now exploring the Sawmill Creek Trail. Okay, that's definitely a mystery. What is happening there? There is definitely no geysers over here, at least no natural, which makes me believe there is some sort of a pipe, man-made pipe, which is sort of pushing the water from that body of water to here. Looks interesting and cool, I guess. This is also the home to a milk snake. It sounds non-venomous, but I am a little wary of any kind of snakes, given I don't know much about snakes. That's one resident I am not super keen on meeting. So wherever you are, stay put, please. So there is a small observatory here, which was built in the year 2008 and has a 20-inch mirror. And the best part is this is accessible to the public. So if you are coming in the evening, check out for the schedule for the day. You might be able to go in and look through those mirrors. Now, one of the key challenges, as you can imagine, for an observatory here is the constant light pollution. So yeah, that's the challenge of building an observatory so close to New York City. On October 6th, there is something called a birding festival. Do the birds know about this? Or we are just supposed to come unannounced and grab a bird? The mystery depends. Where am I on right now? This is called the Kingsland Overlook. This is a small hill. As you can see, we are a little bit above the ground there. Now, this used to be a salt marsh. All those landfills which I've been talking about, the weight of those landfills destroyed the salt marsh. So when the reclamation began, they could not recover the salt marsh underneath it. Rather, they converted this into this small hill, this small park, and this became New Jersey's very first landfill converted natural habitat. Today, this is the home of a whole bunch of birds and small animals. So yeah, that's quite an interesting story of reclamation here. So that was the Dekorte Park in New Jersey. This was not only interesting because of those beautiful natural trails and being so serene in the nature, but also because this is such a testament to what humans have destroyed over the years, and then with human will and effort, how we have turned around and brought some of those balance between nature and humans. So this was a fascinating morning. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.